Yo, what's going on, guys? And welcome to week 3 of the power rankings in the Victory Draft League. Today, with me, I have the usual Ted and Gumi. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Guys.
And our special guest this week is the coach of the Welsh Wailords, Matrix. What's up?
Hi.
So, week 3 has now finished up. A little bit late finishing up with some games straggling. What do we think of some of the results, guys? Just briefly. Any massive shocks? I think actually there is a couple, isn't there?
There are three massive shocks where me, Ted, and Bill all voted for one of these teams, and they all got upset. There was 3 huge upsets this week. And then we had to show off between two and O's. And so that was cool to see. But yeah, it was a very, very big and surprising week.
Yeah, for sure. Just looking at the fixture list right here on the screen, we'll just go down. And fortunately, the first fixture is Welsh Wailords versus what is now the Kentucky Kingdras, but at the time it was the Waterloo Warriors, right?
Yeah.
So, Matrix, you picked up the 2-0. Pretty clean. Seems pretty clean. I watched Goomer's video of his commentary of your match, and yeah, it seemed pretty comprehensive win.
Yeah, it's when I was prepping for the match, he has a lot of water types.
Yeah.
And he has that strong Trick Room mode with Escavalier and Jellicent as his Trick Room setter if you wanted.
Yep.
They were the ones that I was like looking at to begin with. I began my prep against the initial Waterloo Warriors, and based on what he'd played and how he'd played in other matches, and he'd been using Dragapult quite a lot.
Understandably.
So I was actually, most of my prep was focused around Dragapult to try and counter it, which is why in the end I ended up bringing the Ice Cream, Vanillux, and Arctovish.
And it looks like it worked very well.
Yeah, no. This week I was quite surprised actually. Like the Dragapult, it wasn't as offensive Dragapult. It was more of a supportive Dragapult.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how well that worked in his favor.
No.
But
Yes. So one thing I was helping my guy prep a lot when he was in the league, and so I came in thinking that you were gonna win because I did feel like you had a very, very big favor when it comes to matchup. We had some when I was working with him, we were planning to bring Scarf Justified Arcanine.
yes,
Make it slower than Dragapult. And so it was things like that we had to make a lot of really creative decisions. And so when I saw that when my guy had left the league, yeah, I definitely felt like you had it in the bag. And yeah, your prep was really, really good. The Scarf Vanillux was cool. And then the Arctovish with the wire was pretty insane as well.
So hold on a minute. When you played, was it not my guy in control?
no, it was the replacement coach, the Kentucky Kingdras.
All right, I didn't know that. Okay, interesting.
But interestingly enough, just a few days before I played the Kingdras, my guy wanted a
Mock game.
match, mock to see basically what would have happened if he had continued playing. So we only played on Showdown, and he had the Dragapult Arcanine beat up strap.
All right, interesting.
And unfortunately, I prepped 2 different teams. I prepped a team to face off against my guy, and then I re-prepped my team to go against his replacement. Two different coaches can use a team differently.
Yeah.
And I brought against my guy in the mock one, Togepi and Metagross.
Okay.
Cosmic Power Metagross with Follow Me Togepi, and that completely shut down his beat up straps.
You can't. Yeah, the beat up wouldn't work with Follow Me. Yeah.
So we did the mock battle, and I ended up finishing off 2-0 in both matches.
So completely conclusive then.
Yeah, which actually kind of made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you must have been confident.
At least I beat who I was supposed to play against first.
Yeah, just for like peace of mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seem like you said, you prepped heavily for Dragapult, and going into game 1, the lead Purloin Dragapult, it was pretty perfect for you. And I think that's a very hard lead for him to deal with anyway, because the only way for him to deal with the Vanillux was like Arcanine, but then Arcanine loses hard to Arctovish. So.
Yeah, the white herb I thought was a nice.
Oh yeah,
bit
it
of
was.
tech.
Yeah.
It allowed me to definitely. It allowed me to ignore the charm from a potential charm from Purloin. It allowed me to ignore the intimidates and still do that big damage before I had to max it. Any mons.
So yeah, definitely a good win and keeping the unbeaten streak going. And that's kind of the reason we invited you on this week, because you are the only unbeaten team left that we haven't already had on the show. Obviously, Gumi's a regular, and we had Goomer on last week. So that's why you're here this week. So yeah, good job.
Pleasure to be here.
Much else to say about the match?
I was surprised about his Purloin. I was expecting
I thought he'd have weather on it.
Speed control or weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he'd utilised the Purloin a little bit better, no disrespect or anything. I feel like if he was, it was a bit more specialised to counter my team, it would have been a much harder matchup. I was also expecting Sucker Punch, Weakness Policy, Dragapult, to be honest, when I saw that lead.
Yeah. Turn 1, I thought that was coming.
I did feel like he led extremely passively that game 1. He had, his Dragapult had, like, light screen and stuff. It was a very passive lead. And against Arctovish and Vanillux, I felt like that was definitely one of the flaws of his game 1.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like he was too passive with his play turn 1 as well, like going for the screens rather than just if you're threatened by 2 ice types in front of you, maybe try and like max to survive the hit and then deal damage back if he was policy, and then but yeah, turn 1 didn't really help him at all.
Yeah, both matches I think were won off the turn 1 plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so good stuff. Keep it up. And
cheers. Try my best.
We'll go on to the next match. I actually completely forgot to do it there. This week I'm trying to incorporate having the matchup on screen. I just completely forgot to do it for your match there, so
it's all right.
Let's have a look. What's the next fixture? Someone tell me.
Ninja Squirtles.
And Manitans. This was one of the upsets.
Massachusetts Manitans, yep.
Yeah, because we all thought that JustTaco was going to win. He's been a great coach. Obviously, we know about his last season when he made it to playoffs, and yeah, we all thought that he was going to take over the Squirtles, and the Squirtles came out with a 2-1 win.
I actually rate the Squirtles quite highly, to be honest. Obviously, they've taken that 1L versus the Silvalleys, but yeah, they've got a good team and they're showing quite a lot of promise this season.
2-1 record is pretty good, so definitely a team you want to watch out for.
His Zard's got 10 kills. That's pretty good going. I'm guessing that's what did the work this week. Obviously, there was no video of this match. Oh, wait. When has Taco not posted it yet, I guess?
Yeah, Taco hasn't posted it yet.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, and his Guzzlord's got 10 kills. Okay, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't really know how the matchup went. I didn't see the battle report. Did anyone?
Not really.
I can check.
Have a quick look. Let's see. I mean, looking at the kills, it could only really have been Guzzlord or Charizard that was doing the work. And then looking at the matchup, Charizard looks quite good. Like versus Buzzwole, Rotom, Ice Cube. Even Heatran to an extent if he was running Scorching Sands. Let's just get this up from Ted then, if the kill record was on there.
I don't see it.
Okay, so I guess they haven't posted it.
Yeah, it hasn't been posted yet.
Alright. Well, anyway, I mean, I think Taco's having a bit of a bad season for him. Like, we know what a good player he is. He made semi-finals last season. I'm sure he'll pick up a few more wins as we go on. But I mean, Ninja Squirtles are in our division, Ted, and they're definitely looking like the team to beat in our division.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're looking very scary.
Not a whole lot else to say about that matchup. What's the next one?
It is the Plain Pikus and the Breaking Salt.
Okay, this one's a bit interesting, I think, because this was a match between two teams that were 0-2. And Breaking Zolts ended up taking the win 2-0.
Yeah.
Which I'm not honestly surprised about. Was anyone?
Nope.
Not really.
I mean, Breaking Zolts were a playoff team last season, right? And so, yeah, we did expect them to be the PQs. I do, I still want the PQs to come out and get a win, right?
We want every team to get a win.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like they have some knowledge they have to grow when it comes to VGC. But yeah, I mean, even week 3, there's still chances to make playoffs, and all that stuff. So, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it looks as if the kills from the Zolts squad are coming from Hatterene and Marowak. It's not something I really expected.
Yeah, I saw that as well. And actually, there's I'm in another league, and I've seen a Hatterene Marowak combination before, and it's really threatening.
Interesting.
I'm worried about playing that team.
It's the regular Marowak.
Yeah.
It seems to me as if like he Dynamaxed he got his Hatterene to Gigantamax Dynamax, and then is it a Gmax or Dmax?
It's Gmax hat. No, it's not. It's not. He's got Gmax Shrednal. It's just normal hat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I think the plan there is the Pukus do have Amoonguss, so what he probably did was like protect Marowak turn 1, get Hatterene trick him up, and then get that Max Starfall on, right? And then that way you don't have to be worried about Amoonguss sporing your Marowak. And obviously Hatterene has Magic Bounce, so
yeah, true.
that definitely makes sense when it comes to his game plan.
But I think the Puku's probably got a better Trick Room mode with like Amoonguss, Slowbro, Behemoth. But yeah, I wonder who played. I mean, there was also Togetic for the Zolts. He's brought it to a couple of games, so I imagine the support there. If he could have like followed me Trick Room with hat. But yeah, it's good for is it Shady Kid breaking Zolts?
Yep.
For him to pick up his first win of the season.
Yep.
And hopefully there's 2 teams left now without a win. Hopefully they can pick up a win. What is the next fixture?
It's
Your match.
Oh no.
So tell us about this match.
All right. I mean, you'll see. Oh wait, hold up. Okay, so is it just me, or has the draft site gone down?
It's gone down. I've just tried to check something as well, and it's not letting me.
Okay, we're gonna have to do this the hard way, I guess. There's no easy way to do this now, is there?
I can screen share the
Oh, hold up, it's back,
the matchups, but that's it.
It's back.
Was it?
Yep, I got it working. Who did I play? No. Who did I play?
Seattle Siege.
Seedras.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So basically, what happened this week is I crashed out. I crashed and burned hard. Basically, I well over prepped for Gmax Colossal, and then he didn't bring it. When I was looking at team building, like I assessed that the threats were Gmax Cole, Moltres, Galar Moltres, and Virizion. And because he's got the Sneasel for the setups on those things, I thought I had a lead that dealt with all 3 of those, with AV Regirock and Scarf Inteleon, because Scarf Inteleon always outsped Scarf Sneasel because I was timid, and then Hydro Pump was like a roll of something like 90 to 108, but then the Surf from the Sneasel would have finished off the Colossal in the instance the roll didn't go my way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the Cole cupboard. The Virizion, I had Sash Sceptile in the back that I could switch out Regirock to take the hit from Virizion that was going into Regirock. And then I'd beat Unburden with Acrobatics alongside Air Slash Inteleon to hit Virizion. And then I just thought that AV Regirock would really just infinitely wall Moltres. Boy, I was wrong. Like, I thought if I just got the sand up with AV, like, Moltres wasn't touching me. And that was kind of the game plan. But then, I think what happened game 1, it was a crit from Virizion. Like, I killed the Comfey, then Virizion came in, and Virizion crit the Regirock with Leaf Blade. And that really mattered, because the game ended up going to the last hit with I was 2 versus 1 on his Moltres with my Sceptile and something. And yeah, I ended up losing to the what's the spread move that Moltres gets? Burning something. Fire Wrath, that's it, yeah. Because of the crit that took Regirock down, because Regirock would have dealt with Moltres, which was fine. And then game 2, I just played badly. I went for a different mode. I think if I would have stuck to the same mode and then not take the crit, I could have won. But I went for Masharna and Trick Room, and it just didn't end up going well. Got the Helping Hand Max Rock fall off, and then he went for Ally Switch Comfey. So I'm not even sure if it would have killed the Moltres, but we'll never know. And that's basically all I got to say about the match. There's not a whole lot. I guess I didn't really consider like Regirock wall in Moltres, but then, you know, Virizion comes in next to it, and then it's not as much as a wall as I'd hoped. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't crit game 1, it still would have gone to a game 3, so who knows. But playing bad at game 2 didn't help. But then Siegers are a good team. We had them in our like top 5 on the first PR, and they're still 2-1 now.
Yeah.
So no biggie. There's still enough of the season left to try and turn it around. Anyone else have any thoughts on the game at all? No?
Not really, no.
Alright, fair enough. What's the next fixture?
I think it's Ted.
We can skip this next one. Yeah, let's skip this one, alright guys.
Who did you play? You played
I played the Stroman Star Raptors.
Right. Show stats into tiers.
Yeah.
Submit.
So I watched the video this morning that he put out, and I really liked your strat, Ted. I thought coaching Scarf Machamp with Flicky Tongue was 100%.
Yeah.
But it was just that first game, it was just losing the momentum with eject button. That hurt.
Yeah, it's what screwed me off a bit.
Yeah. Eject button was huge for MTB.
Yeah, I mean, his Grimmsnarl was played really well, I think. And you even looking at it now with a kill death record of 6-1 on a Grimmsnarl.
And Gigantamaxing it twice.
Yeah. I think, like, obviously it worked out for him, but I think Ted did play him into a position where he actually had to max Grimmsnarl. That wasn't his plan.
Yeah.
He even says that in his video. But obviously, I think he matched up well. Like, he wasn't breaking Cresselia if he didn't.
Yeah, I ran Cold Barberry instead of Mental Herb. Just because of the Grimmsnarl.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you could have really done.
I think maybe if I brought Weakness Policy and having +4 and +2 in defense, I think that would have made a difference, but who knows? Honestly.
Yeah, because he did body press you at one point, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have procced. Yeah, maybe. But also there was that. It was game 2 with the crit on the Clawitz there, so you couldn't Aquajet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough. Something we can't really control.
One of the things that he talked about was just that his goal was to get rid of AV on Licky, right? Is Licky or Licky Tongue?
Licky.
Yeah, Licky. And so, you know, he did that game 1, and then I think the first couple of turns weren't great for Ted, but as soon as he got what he wanted, which was trick the Licky, that was when it was that the game was lost there, and that crit really hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we both fell victims to crits this week, Ted, but
Yeah.
you know, MTB's a good player, and he's inherited a good team, so
Yeah, sure.
not much else really to say, I don't think.
Yeah, not a bad loss, right? I mean, you can definitely still come back. He's definitely someone who, you know, after Umbreon lost his first week, now he's gone 2-0. So
Yeah, he's technically 2-0, yeah. Alright, so what's the next fixture?
the Doves versus Sylvales.
Middle Village P-Dubs, isn't it? Yeah. In London, Sylvales.
And this was the third of our big upsets, right? We thought Manitans were
Oh no, the site's gone down again. Damn it.
Sorry, what'd you say, Bill?
The site's gone down again. Alright, so the
yeah,
site's back up. Looking at the kills, Landorus now has 8 kills. So I imagine he put in some work this week.
Yeah.
Landorus does match up quite nicely against Sylvalis, except for maybe Glaceon, Sleuking to an extent. I don't think there's much else to say.
I was quite surprised with the result myself, because obviously I've already played the Sylvalis,
Oh yeah.
and they're the only team so far to have take a set from me.
Right.
The Cinderace Clefable can be quite a scary type thing. And the Incineroar, I was quite surprised that, I'm just overly surprised by the result, to be honest. I thought the Sylvalis had the better matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a stronger team than what my score against him might have showed, type thing, as you saw, 2-1. And he's a good player, good draft. Maybe it's just a bad day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I've not played the Savalis yet, and I've seen, obviously, they beat the Seedras, but I've played the P-Dubs, and they've got a good side. He's yet to bring out his G-Max Flapple, interesting. But he has got some stuff on his team that can put in the work. I've never even realised that Savalis have got Cinderace, Incineroar, and Rillaboom.
Mm.
Yeah, they definitely have a pretty balanced team overall and a pretty scary team. Definitely a lot of things you have to prep for when going up against them. So I was very surprised that the Bedubs actually came up on top.
But fair play to them. They pick up their first win of the season. And let's move on to the next one.
Let's go. This is my match. That's next.
Royal Gold Pretzels versus
Pacific Slow Bros.
All right.
So
talk to him.
I was prepping for this match a lot because obviously me and Snom had a bit of a rivalry when he was the coach.
Right.
And so
Who didn't have a rivalry with Snom?
So yeah, I was prepping a lot. And then I was honestly more scared of the team after the trades Otto made. And so my idea was that I should just so there was a couple of ideas I had, but the main one was Cloud9 Grandpa always comes. And then Tornadus Ludicolo is probably the lead. And so the entire game plan was centered around AV Physical Ludicolo with Swagger Tornadus, and just getting speed control and weather control the whole entire time. Another kind of like substrat I had was both Gardevoir, Blacephalon, and Ludicolo could all set up Psychic Terrain, and the idea was lead Ludicolo Tornadus, get Psychic Terrain up with Zen Headbutt, and then use my Life Orb Gardevoir with Expanding Force, or my Specs Blacephalon. So ultimately, game one was a 4-0, pretty clean. It was just Ludicolo putting in work, and then Drampa coming in the end. And then game 2, we went under Trick Room, and then my Drampa was able to clean up. So, and that was a 3-0. So, I was really happy about my prep this week. One of my better matches for sure.
Yeah, sounds pretty clean. The other thing you said about setting the Psychic Terrain would completely invalidate his Sableye, not being able to prankster or anything.
And that was something I practiced a lot. Was almost always I would actually do Psychic Terrain turn 1, because Sableye is just a huge threat.
Ludicolo looks like the best sign-in you've ever made.
It is probably the best decision I ever made to trade Nihilego for Ludicolo.
Yeah, it's been putting in the work pretty much every week for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much what led me to victory against the Scraggies. And it got tied for the most kills this week against the Slowbros. So
good stuff. So you're still unbeaten as well, and
Yep.
you're playing one more before your
before I take a hiatus from the league. So
yeah. All right. So the next fixture.
this one
The
cool.
Rebellion versus Scraggies.
Oh, this was a big match. Obviously, at the time, Rebellion were unbeaten.
Yeah, They were ranked like number 2 last week or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I got the matchup up here.
Yeah, this was one where I was really impressed with the Scraggies. You know, they got a 2-0 victory the first week. They lost to me the second week, and then they came here and they 2-0 against Lucien, which is just impressive as he 2-0'd both his opponents. So, man.
Do you know?
Props.
One thing I think is Lucien kind of got new toy syndrome when he discovered what this Cherrim does in the sun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was just running that strat whether it was on or not. I think that's what's kind of what happened this week.
Pretty sure Scraggy's said in their video that he expected the new toy syndrome to come into effect as well.
Interesting.
So
I did watch it. I missed that.
I'm pretty sure he was expecting it to be coming as well, so he prepped around. He expected the sun mode to be the prominent mode.
Yeah. Well, he dealt with it pretty well. I mean, his Gigalith's been his monster really so far this season, and Stoutland, to be honest.
Yeah. Didn't he bring Life Orb Stoutland again?
I think he did this week. Yeah, he maxed his Stoutland both games, didn't he? Actually, this week.
Yeah. Stoutland's really scary. When I saw Dynamax against me, I was shaking in my boots. But yeah, I mean, they put in the work this week as well. So
It's interesting. I didn't really expect the match to go like that. So I thought I don't know what I thought, but it's not how I imagined it went down.
yeah, I think at one point I said that I would never vote against Lucien, and then I just had a feeling for the Scraggies, and I did not expect it to. That's
His poor old Dragonite.
Tyler, because it is not easy to 2-0 Lucien.
No.
I think one of Lucien's greatest strengths with drafts is his unpredictability.
Yeah,
and
true.
I think because the Scraggies nailed him down to what type of strat he was going to be bringing and predicted him, I think it was put on the back pedal a little bit in the matchup. I think that's what ultimately led the Scraggies to the victory.
I just don't think the Cherrim in the sun matches up well versus the Scraggies. You know, obviously it didn't because you got 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, just considering Whimsicott and Gigalith can both get rid of weather.
Exeggutor can get chlorophyll.
Of Lucien to go for that strat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. But I'm sure he'll bounce back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Definitely.
Still a huge playoff contender.
All right. So what's the next one?
It is the Boltund Bashers and Tyranitar Sauces.
Because this is the other match that was between two unbeaten teams.
Mm-hmm.
And we know now that the Bashers took the game 2-0. Which I wasn't expecting at all.
I remember watching this.
Yeah, it's obviously this week's been a bit dragged out. Go on, Goom.
Oh, sorry. I said the Sauces would win, but yeah, Goomer came out this week. He got a quick 2-0 against a team that was very, very scary. So, yeah, props to Goomer.
Yeah, it was the Garchomp doing the work this week, I think, wasn't it?
I'm trying to think. I know. It was
and the Kabutops. He had the Swift Swing Kabutops, didn't he?
The Kabutops.
And he had the Rain. He had like Rain Dance on type No. And...
Yeah, Rain Dance on Leafeon and Chlorophyll.
Yeah.
That was some good tech, I thought.
That was the cool thing. Rain Dance on Chlorophyll Leafeon. Because you know that Sakamoto is going to bring Sun, and so that was really, really smart on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was real cool tech.
Yeah, and that Kabutops absolutely went to town as well.
Yeah. It was the Weather War, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huge Weather War.
Still looking at the matchup now, I can't believe that's how that went down.
Yeah, I also felt like Sakamoto had the advantage when it came to matchup, but yeah, Goomer, as we said, had a lot of techs, and he put in a lot of prep this week.
Yeah. Yeah, making sure to keep weather on his side was really important, and he managed to do it. And he's still unbeaten, and Saki isn't, and that's how it goes. So yeah, that's our 3 unbeaten teams gone over now. How many more fixtures have we got?
I think we have 3 more.
Okay, what's the next one?
3 more. Yep. The Kudela, Coach Rods, and the Fusion Fishes.
Fusion Fishes. Okay.
Yep.
What do we know about this match? I did watch it, but it was so long ago now.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened. Is there a battle report? Let's see.
I think we lost for this one.
Yeah, this one doesn't have one.
Yeah, I mean, Kudela was 0-2 coming into this week. He lost to Mr. White Rabbit and Gumer, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was definitely expecting him to come out on top just because we heard that the Fishes kind of hacked Womble last week, and so I thought Kudela had it in him, and he got his first win of the season. So
yeah, good job. Can't remember the match well enough to comment on it, but I think it is funny that Fishes, they said it in the chat earlier today, I think, about how he's got 3 kills on his Alolan Vulpix. That's pretty funny. No one really would have thought that was happening. But yeah, good job. First win of the season. Quite a lot of teams picking up their first win. What's the next game?
Melmetal versus Talonflames.
So Atlanta Talonflames versus... What's the Melmetals?
Iron Bashing Melmetals.
That's it. Iron Bashing.
So
this was another 2 teams without a win.
Sorry, go ahead.
Both of these teams didn't have any wins going into this match, did they?
Yeah, they were both 0-2.
And we know now that the Talonflames took the win 2-1. He hasn't posted his battle yet, has he?
I don't think he has.
I think so.
It'll be worth a watch when it does go up.
I mean, I am a little bit surprised because, while the Melmetals did win, this is they got the first kill of the season, right? They got double 4 with the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so to take a game, get their first game of the season, and their first kill, I think it definitely seems like they're getting better against Joe, who was a playoff
team last season. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, picking up a game is a start, and it will make a difference when it comes to PR. It's hard to say when we haven't watched the game yet, but it looks like maybe Porygon Z putting in the kills this week, and I can see it really versus the Melmetals team. But yeah, can't really comment on it too much without really knowing what's going on, so we'll move on to the next one and say GG's to Joe for picking up his first win of the season.
Yeah, and another first win of the season, Womble and the Northampton Celesteelas beating the
Our commissioner.
Who did they beat?
The St. Lucie Luxrays.
The Luxrays.
Okay. I mean, it was a 2-1, wasn't it? So White Rabbit did take a game. So it sounds like it was a close one, I guess.
I think White Rabbit took the game that Womble maxed his Lickitung.
Oh yeah, White Rabbit has posted, hasn't he? I haven't watched that one yet.
He used so Womble used Belly Drum Lickitung with Heal Pulse Aromatisse turn 1, and went for a max Lickitung turn 2.
Okay.
Which was funny, but that was the game he lost.
He loves that Lickitung too much.
Oh god.
Hasn't he brought it like every single week?
Yeah, he's only brought it to 3 games actually. But I think he's lost all 3 of those games that he had it.
Yeah.
Vikavolt looks like it got a few kills this week.
Yeah, it did.
As well as Glastrier, maybe?
Yeah. Glastrier and Vikavolt were instrumental in his game 2 and game 3 wins.
Okay, so you've watched it. Any major mistakes or anything like that, or was it just outplayed?
I think once Womble got into the trick room stuff, it was pretty certain, but it got quite close. I think game 2. I remember.
So White Rabbit took game 1.
Yes, White Rabbit took game 1. Womble took the following 2. I can't remember the exact how it went, but I feel if Womble hadn't been so focused on the Lickitung strat, he could have taken it 2-0.
Interesting. Maybe you'll listen and take it on board. It looks like he's broke Glastrier every game, which obviously you would if you had Glastrier on your draft team.
Yeah.
And
Womble has a good trick room mode, so yeah, it's good to see Glastrier and Vikavolt popping off.
I wanted Vikavolt on my team, and he sniped me. All right, so are we on to our last fixture, or was that it?
That was the last one.
That was the last one. Okay, so now we'll look at the PR and see how those results has affected everyone's placements. You don't have this matrix, do you?
No.
Okay.
Let me just hold up. Can you? If I screen share. Alright, I'm screen sharing if you want to look at it.
Cool, I can see it.
Right. So this is where we're at. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up. In 24th is the Playing PQs. They're one of the 2 remaining teams without a win, but the reason the Malmetals are at 23, not 24, is because they took 1 game in their first 3 weeks, whereas the PQs haven't.
Yeah.
So that's why those 2 are there. Now, I found this. I primarily did this week. Between number 12 and number 22, they're all 1 and 2 as their record. So it's kind of difficult to place them. But I just made sure that everyone who won their game this week went up, and everyone who lost their game this week went down. So we've got the St. Lucie Rochesters in at number 22. They lost to Womble, who was previously, I think, number 22 or 21. So losing to a lower side team to them put them down. Same with the Fusion Fishes, who were our number 1 after draft. We were very wrong.
Very wrong.
Well, I mean, they could still turn it around and end up like 5 and 2? Is that how many games you play? 7? Is it?
It's 8, I think.
8. So they could be 6 and 2, but who knows?
Could be 2.
The Breaking Salts picking up their first win of the season puts them at number 20. Same for the P-Doves, up to number 19. And the Northampton Celesteelers up to 18. The London Steel Valleys have dropped after losing to the P-Doves. But they were up at number 10, I think, last week. Set it down to 17 now. The Manitans are down after losing their second game in a row. They were, I think, number 14 last week. Talonflames up to number 15 after picking their first win. Ted at number 14. Dropping, I think, just 1 place after losing this week. Same for the Slurberries. I think they dropped 1 place after losing. And then I got Kudela and the Toad Frogs up to number 12. I think from 17 or 18 last week for picking up their first win. And then we get into the 2-1 teams. Between number 4 and 11 are 2-1 records. So number 11, I've got the Star Raptors up from, I think, 15 last week after taking a win over Ted. Myself and the Ice Cubes at number 10 dropped from, I think, number 6 that was last week down to number 10 for losing to the Seadras.
Yeah, something like that.
Ninja Squirtles back up. They were in our top 10 at one point, and then they took a loss, and now they're back in after picking up another win. So number 8, I've still got the Warriors logo there, but that's actually the Kentucky Kingdra after taking their first loss versus Matrix. Seadra's up to number 7 after beating me. Saki dropping 1 place, I think, after losing to the number 1 spot, Goomer and the Boltunds. Number 5 is Lucian and Rebellion, dropping from number 2 to number 5. I've got the Scraggies just above Lucian after beating him at number 4. And then we've got our 3 unbeaten teams, 3-0. There's not really a lot separating you other than where you initially placed on our draft analysis.
Yeah.
So you've just all gone up from where you were, and it's hard to put anyone lower than where they were for not losing. So, Matrix, you find yourself at number 3 this week.
Yeah.
Gumi at number 2. And then we got Goomer and the Boltunds at number 1, just because that's where they've been, and until they lose, it's quite hard to knock them off the spot.
Yeah.
I think it's well deserved, to be honest.
So that's what the PR looks like this week. Hopefully no one's too upset with it. And then we move on.
I'll be upset.
Then we'll move on to the pick'ems.
Yes.
He says, as the
Pick'em.
site might have dropped again.
Yep, totally my favorite.
All right, hold up. But nothing's coming up. All right, I'm gonna drop the screen share now. Brilliant. I just dropped out the voice chat.
He's coming back.
I'm back. I'm an idiot. Alright, the site has dropped again, annoyingly. Oh, it's back, Okay. Schedule. Hold on. I did not know that was a thing. If you go on the schedule and then click on the score, it actually shows you the match, how it happened, like what got how many kills.
I did not know that.
Oh my lord.
That would have been helpful.
That's so helpful.
To realise just after we did it all. So I guess from next week we'll be doing it that way. Is
That's
that
really
new?
helpful as well.
I think that's new because
Or
Yeah.
you can just next week. I was gonna say we could start right now, but we just finished.
Oh yeah, we just finished
the other
now.
part.
Yeah, I think like Auto's been updating the site like rapidly this last week or so, hasn't he? Because I swear that's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so on to next week's fixtures. Oh, number 1 is a saucy one. Number 1,
Yes.
myself and the
Cool,
Ice
cool.
Cube versus Ted and the Volcsnions. Place your picks.
Hey, I'm going to pick against myself. So that's my take on it.
See, when it comes to these things, I think there's 2 stances on voting on your own matches. People either like to be like modest and give respect and say, I'm going to vote for you just because I don't want to vote for me. Or you take my stance and think, I'm just going to back myself. What's the point? If you're going into a match not thinking you're going to win it, you're not going to win it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to back myself. Go on then, Gumi, let's hear it.
Yeah. I think I like Ted's spirit, and I feel like, if Ted shows up, I think he can take you. But matchup wise, I think I'm gonna go Bill.
Really? I think Ted's got me on matchup.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
No, that Gmax Earthshiper really scares me a lot.
Well,
it counters
I have
most of my-
opinions, but I'm gonna keep this to myself for now.
All right. What about you, Matrix? Got any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I got to give it to Bill.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry, Ted.
No, that's fine. I picked against myself, so it's not a surprise.
all right, so that's that one. The next fixture is the Pukus versus the Kingdras. Is there much to say about this one?
Not really. I think
No.
I think as long as the Kingdras have a good amount of VGC skill, I think they have this, and they have a great team. So
I think it could be interesting. I think the Pukus, if they're going to win a match, they might win this one.
That'd be fantastic for me and our division.
The Kingdras are inexperienced when it comes to draft leagues. They've been watching it, but I feel like they just need to, like the Pukus, need to brush up on their skills.
So we're going for a clean sweep on the Kingdras this week, are we?
I'll back
Yeah.
Kingdras.
Okay. This next one's already been played, is it?
yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think most of us would have voted Squirtles there, right?
Yeah, I expected the Squirtles to take it.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. So the next one, Seadra Staraptors. That's a good game.
Ooh, I think MTV has got this league. I think he's gonna take this.
Just trying to. I can't get the fixture up fast enough, can I? Let's have a look. Seattle Seadras versus Stroma Staraptors. Okay, so I got the matchup in front of me now. Is that Tapu Fini and Zapdos at the bottom there?
Yeah. You brought those against me.
Weakness policy.
See, the thing is, I think we can always. He's going to go for that Grimmsnarl, eject button stuff on the Colossal setup stuff as well. It's too risky to bring Colossal, I think. Without revealing too much, I don't want to let anyone's strats go, but I'm going to go with the Staraptors as well, I think. Ted?
I think I'm going with the Staraptors as well. I talked a little bit to MTB. He has come up with a sort of kind of plan. He's gonna mix what he used against me with something else. We talked a little bit about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with MTB on this one.
And you, Matrix?
Yeah.
I feel based up on the matchup and the way the Staraptors have been playing since they took over the team, I think it's going to have to be Staraptors. They're both in my division. I'd like neither of them to win, but they're both going to be hard for me to play against coming up.
Yeah.
But Staraptors, I think, will take this one.
All right, good stuff. So now it's the Welsh Wailords versus the Breaking Zolts. Let's start with you, Matrix.
Well, I'm gonna have to back myself here.
Yeah, of course you do.
For definite.
I'm also gonna back you.
I'm gonna back Matrix as well.
Same.
Clean sweep.
Oh, cheers, guys.
Okay, this next one's actually quite interesting. The London Sylvallies versus the Massachusetts Manitans. James Easy and Taco. I think usually I would back Taco. But he seems to be off his game at the minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, coming into the season, I feel like we all expected Taco to have a good shot at playoffs and do really well in his division. And so it's interesting to see how he's been doing. And I feel like after Sylvallies took the Seadras that week 2, I think I have to go with the Sylvallies.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, the logic's there. I'm going to go with the same, I think, Sylvallies. Both teams have been a bit inconsistent. Like, Sylvallies picking up a big win versus Seadras, but then losing to the P-Dubs, it's not... The consistency's not exactly there. So, it's risky, but I'm going to go with Sylvallies as well. Ted?
I'm also gonna pick the Sylvallies. I talked to James a little bit in another server that I'm in with him. He's been going on a little bit of a losing streak for a bit, so I'm hoping that he can pick up this one for his record.
Matrix?
I've played both. I personally want to back the Manitans here. I
Interesting.
think that Heatran has a decent matchup, especially if he supports it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you being the only one that's played them both, I guess, would know better. I don't really like voting against Taco. I like Taco. I think he's a good player. But he's just off form a little bit at the minute, I think. So, yeah, that's that one. Next one is the Fusion Fishers versus the Melmetals. Now, I think this is a good opportunity for the Melmetals to pick up their first win of the season.
Same. In fact, I think this is going to be Melmetals. I think they have it here.
I'm also going to back them.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I'm gonna back the Melmetals.
Same here.
Oh, clean sweep for the Melmetals. Interesting. Our poor old number 1 team. So, Teethar Sources versus Pacific Slowbros. I've not played either of them.
This is a clean. Yeah, this is a clean sweep for Saki.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen enough of Otto to say anything yet, so I guess I will have to go with Saki.
He's a decent player, but he's picked up a team that wasn't his. So it's interesting to see how he works with it now he's took over that team after that first week. I think Saki's definitely.
Now, this one, Celesteelers versus Rebellion. I think Womble's Glacier is going to do work this week.
I've been speaking to Womble about this matchup.
You know, Lucien loves his dragons, but they are no match for Glacier.
Mm.
And his other option is Venusaur. What do you guys think, Ted and Gumi?
I think.
Yeah, like I said. Go ahead, Gumi.
No, go ahead. I still have to think about some of these slots.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way. Lucien is gonna be able to break that Glacier, even with his dragons. Even if he has like a fire move or a fighting move, there's absolutely no way he's able to break that Glacier.
I mean, I don't want to completely discredit Lucien, but I think it's going to be tough.
So I do think there's a way Lucien comes out on top, and thinking about his team and the player that Lucien is, I think Womble has the advantage.
Yeah, I think Lucien can do it.
I'm going to say Lucien wins.
Oh, interesting. I think Lucien can definitely do it. I know, but I think there is a definite mountain that he has to climb.
Mm-hmm.
That is Glacier. I'm going to go with Womble.
Yep, same here. Womble.
Yeah, Womble for me.
So 3-1 for Womble this week.
I believe in you, Lucien.
Yeah, I mean, I know he doesn't like being voted against, and I'm sure he'll let us know. This one I think is also a good, interesting match. Oh, and that one. Anyway, so
I think this next one's really good.
Texas Toad Frogs versus Talonflames. I think it's going to be a good game to watch from both sides. We've got like the Regidrago and the PZ versus like Latios and what else has the Toad Frogs got? Let's have a quick look at the matchup.
Passimian. And Passimian and Milotic I think are the keys to Kudela's victory. As you guys
dropped out a bit there, Goom.
know, when I played Joe, I had my AV Tornadus with Defiant. And so I think matchup wise, I actually do like Kudela here.
I think Galarian Slowking can do work here as well for Joe. Except for really Crook, it kind of like goes in on a lot of his stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like Snarl and stuff like that is kind of big for Kudela. Yeah, I think I have Kudela here.
Yeah, I think Kudela definitely has the matchup advantage here, but I think there is a way for Joe to pick up the win. So I'm going to back up Joe this week again.
I'm also going to back Joe.
Oh, okay.
How about you, Matrix?
What's exciting for me for this matchup is that they've both got a history of playing against each other in draft leagues.
Really?
Yeah, so they've played each other a few times in different draft leagues. They're actually both mods in the other league I'm in, and they've played each other there.
Is that
so
UGA?
I'm really excited to see. Yeah, the UGA. I'm really excited to see how they play, how it goes in this league against them too.
Do you know the record?
I believe in the UGA, Kudela beat JC.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to back Kudela here.
So that's 2 for each there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now
definitely a toss.
what's certainly going to be a test for our number 1 team, the Bashers versus the Somerville Scraggies. What do we think of that?
Yeah, this one's tough.
I'm just pulling up the matchup here.
It's incredibly tough because, man.
It's going to be like in the planning, I think, like if they can correctly predict what the other is going to bring. I mean, that's the same for every fixture, I guess, but like, I feel that's where more of the battle's going to be played
the
here.
thing about the Scraggies, the thing about the Scraggies is they know what people are gonna bring, right? And that's something we've seen every single week, where he's just been on points every single time.
Yeah, I mean, even
And
versus
so-
you, he knew what you were bringing. It didn't work out for him, but he knew.
Yeah, like I brought one of my D tier mons, and he knew, and so, man, I think Goomer is just too good of a player, though. Like, he's an incredibly seasoned player, and so I kind of want to go Goomer here.
It's hard to have any reason not to go with Goomer so far. I want to hear your thoughts. What about Ted and Matrix? What do you think?
Despite this match being really hard to choose between either Goomer or Tyler, I think I'm gonna go with Goomer on this one.
2 for Goomer. What do you think, Matrix?
Just because of
Sorry. I think it's going to be pretty similar for the last week's match for Boltund versus for Goomer, because they both his opponents these last 2 weeks have been quite a sand-based team.
Yeah.
And weather again. So I think there could be another. It'll be quite similar, so quite familiar for the bashers in their prep, but it's a different opponent. I would like to support Scraggy's here. I think they're a great player, but I think I've got to support bashers just because it's just been his performance so far.
Yeah, again, I think for pretty much the same reasons, it's hard to vote against Goomer so far. He hasn't given us any reason not to vote for him. So, a clean sweep for Goomer on that one. And then our final fixture of the week is Goomy and his swan song match versus the St. Lucie Luxrays.
Goomy takes the one.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say: the weeks that I'm confident, I know I'm gonna win, and that's the thing that's happened the past few weeks where I've been confident about my match. But this matchup is ridiculous. It is so in Rabbit's favor, and that is honestly my opinion.
Really?
So
Let's have a quick look at it.
yes, it is insane in his favor. He has so many things against my trick room mode, against my fast mode. I am so scared to face this team.
I mean, it'd be a really big win for him if he took this one.
I think I can come out top. I have a strategy that I think can beat him, but I am so scared. So I'm getting back myself, but if I come out 3-1, I will not be surprised.
I would be. I think I would be surprised. Just looking at it now, I don't want to say anything to affect any results, but I'm gonna back you, Goom.
Okay.
I think Ted already said that as well. How about you, Matrix?
Yeah.
I would love to see a Cradily versus Lily showdown.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, but no, I don't. I think Goomy's got a decent chance, even if he believes it's against him. I think it's got a good prep.
Yeah, I'm gonna back myself, and I think I can take it. But this is the scariest match I've played all season.
So far, really, that's a hard thing to say.
I know, but man, I have had so much trouble prepping against him, and I'm not even done yet. It's
I've not even started my prep for this week yet.
I've just realised it's Lapras v Lapras as well.
I started a little bit.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a clean sweep for you, Goom, and that is the last of our fixtures for week 4. Me and Ted think we're playing on Saturday. I've not started my prep yet.
Yep.
But I'll get on it. Thanks, Matrix, for coming on this week.
No worries, been great. Thanks for having me.
Keep up the good work, and let's see if you can keep your unbeaten record.
I'd like to hope so.
I mean, I think you will this week, but for the rest of the season, remains to be seen. Quick another look at the PR there for everyone. That's pretty much all we've got to say for this week, right, guys?
Yeah, I think so.
And is this going to be your last PR for the time being?
It will be till probably around playoffs, actually. So I'll be gone the month of January. I'm just gonna take a break for New Year's, just get some stuff straight, and then I'll be back. I don't know if I'll be able to play in the league. I don't think so. But yeah, I'll be back and hopefully be able to do these power rankings again. So.
All right. Well, we'll be waiting for you to come back.
I believe we will have Goomer on. I believe.
Yeah, Goomer said he'll come on when he can.
Yeah.
For the PR.
Yeah, that'll be the last PR video of the year. So.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Come back next time, and good luck this week, guys. Speak to you in a bit. Cheers.